first Corvette wasn't a success story. It was a near disaster. No V8, no real performance, and buyers weren't lining up. In fact, by 1954, Chevrolet was seriously considering killing it off completely. The car that would go on to define American sports cars almost died before it even got started. So how did the Corvette go from a slow-selling experiment to one of the most iconic performance legends in history? It all comes down to one thing. It learned how to fight. Early 1950s America wasn't thinking about sports cars. It was thinking about chrome, comfort, and big cruising sedans. But across the Atlantic, something different was happening. Lightweight European roadsters were gaining attention. Cars like Jaguar and MG were proving that driving could be about more than just going in a straight line. And one man at Chevrolet noticed, Harley Earl, a design visionary who believed America needed its own sports car. So in 1953, Chevrolet unveiled something completely new, the Corvette. It looked incredible. Low stance, smooth curves, and for the first time in an American production car, a fiberglass body. That alone made it revolutionary. But underneath, that's where things went wrong. Power came from the Blue Flame Inline-6, a modest engine pushing around 150 horsepower, paired to a 2-speed Power Glide automatic. No manual option, no aggressive gearing, no real excitement. 0 to 60 took over 11 seconds. That wasn't sports car territory. That was barely quicker than a family sedan. And enthusiasts noticed immediately. The Corvette looked fast, but it didn't feel fast. Only 300 units were built in 1953, hand-assembled, exclusive. But by 1954, production increased, and demand didn't. Chevy built around 3,600 Corvettes that year, and struggled to sell them. Cars sat on dealership lots, collecting dust. The excitement faded fast. This wasn't the American sports car people were hoping for. It was a stylish cruiser pretending to be something more. And just like that, the Corvette was on life support.
Enter Zora Arkus Duntov, an engineer, a racer, and the man who would save the Corvette. Zora saw potential where others saw failure. The design was there. The idea was there. What it needed was performance. And in 1955, everything shifted. The Corvette finally received a small block V8, 265 cubic inches, around 195 horsepower, paired with a proper 3-speed manual transmission. Suddenly, the Corvette wasn't just keeping up, it was fighting back. 0 to 60 dropped dramatically, throttle response sharpened. The car finally had the attitude its design promised. And just like that, the Corvette came alive. But Zora didn't stop there, because speed alone wasn't enough. Handling mattered, durability mattered, credibility mattered. So he started racing the Corvette. Hard. Development wasn't happening in labs, it was happening on tracks. Suspension improvements, brake upgrades, weight balance tweaks. Every race taught the Corvette something new, and every improvement made it sharper, faster, more legitimate. By 1957, the Corvette was no longer playing catch-up. It was becoming a serious performance machine. Fuel injection arrived, a massive leap forward. The 283 V8 could now produce 1 horsepower per cubic inch. 283 horsepower. That was a huge deal in the 1950s. It pushed the Corvette into real sports car territory. 0 to 60 times dropped into the 7-second range. Top speed climbed. And for the first time, European competitors started paying attention. Then came the styling evolution. Refined chrome details, cleaner lines, better proportions. The Corvette wasn't just faster, it looked more mature, more confident. And by the late 1950s, it had something it never had before: identity. It wasn't trying to copy European cars anymore. It was doing its own thing. Loud V8, open-top freedom, aggressive American personality. This wasn't just a sports car, it was an American sports car. And people started noticing. Sales improved, reputation grew. The Corvette was no longer a risk, it was becoming a symbol. But the transformation wasn't just mechanical, it was cultural. The Corvette started appearing in movies, on racetracks, in magazines. It became something people didn't just want to drive, they wanted to be seen in it. That mattered, because performance sells cars, but image creates legends. By the time the first generation Corvette reached its final years in 1962, it had completely reinvented itself. From a slow, underpowered cruiser to a genuine performance machine. Engines grew stronger, handling improved, confidence skyrocketed,
And the groundwork was set for what came next, because without the C1's evolution, there would be no Stingray, no big block monsters, no ZR1s, no modern mid-engine Corvette. Everything traces back to this moment, when Chevrolet decided not to quit.
Think about how close it came. One bad decision, one canceled production run, and the Corvette disappears in the 1950s. No legacy, no rivalry with European sports cars, no American performance icon, just a forgotten experiment. But instead, it adapted, it evolved, it fought back. And that's what makes the Corvette C1 so important.